Have you ever felt that life is unfair, as if all the doors are closed and all your efforts are not bringing worthy results? Perhaps you have thought that you have given too much, but received nothing in return. Those feelings, those thoughts, may have made you falter on your journey. Imagine a rainy day. You stand there cold and wet, waiting for someone to come and shield you with their umbrella. But when someone comes, instead of helping you, they say, "It's not me who saves you, it's this umbrella that saves you. If you want protection, find an umbrella for yourself." It may sound cold, but this story is the key to a profound truth. True peace does not come from others, but from letting go of your worries and troubles. Does injustice really exist? Or is it just a way of looking at life through the lens of expectations? Philosophically, injustice is often not an absolute reality, but a subjective human feeling. You feel unfairly treated because you compare yourself to others or to your own expectations. But if you look deeper, is what you perceive as unfair really so? In Buddhist thought, the concept of suffering, dukkha, is similar to the feeling of injustice. The Buddha taught that the origin of suffering lies not in external circumstances, but in our own attachments and desires. When you expect others to reciprocate what you have given, you have put yourself in a vulnerable position. Have you ever wondered why sometimes the good things you do don't bring you the joy or return you expect? Or why sometimes when you help others, you only feel empty in return? It's not an injustice of life, but the way the world operates in its own cycle. Right now, we're going to explore a profound secret about giving and receiving, something that many people often misunderstand. Stay until the end of the video, because the answer you seek may change the way you look at life forever. Life, no matter how complex it is, actually operates on a very simple cycle: give and receive. This comes from the principle of cause and effect, one of the basic laws in philosophy, Buddhism, and even science. When you give something, love, help, money, or just a smile, you plant a seed. These seeds will sprout on their own, but often they don't sprout right away and not always in the way you expect. Think of life as a field. What you plant today may not yield results tomorrow. Sometimes you have to wait a season or even years to see your efforts pay off. Think of a farmer. He works hard every day, planting seeds, watering, and tending his field. But he can't be sure how much he will harvest. Likewise, when you give, you can't expect an immediate return. The key is not how much you give, but how you expect to receive. Most of us fall into this psychological trap. We give with the hope of getting something back. But the truth is, expectation is the biggest enemy of inner peace. When you expect others to reciprocate your kindness, you put a burden on them and yourself. Where does disappointment come from? Have you ever helped a friend, but when you needed help, they refused? Or have you sacrificed a lot for your family, but received only indifference in return? These are typical examples of how expectations can lead to disappointment. This is called impermanence. Everything changes, and nothing is certain. You can give love, but you cannot force others to love you. You can work hard, but you cannot guarantee success. To truly live a peaceful life, you need to learn to give without expecting anything in return. This does not mean you have to sacrifice yourself unconditionally, but it means changing your own mindset about giving. Give because you want to, not because you need something in return. When you do good, tell yourself that the real joy lies in the act itself, not in the reward you receive later. The law of karma does not say that you will receive it immediately, but it does guarantee that every action has a consequence. If you sow good seeds today, sooner or later you will see the results. But that result may not be what you expect. You may not receive it from the person you helped, but from another source, even from the universe itself. Listen to this story. A rich man often donated money to charities, but never received any recognition. Many people ridiculed him for his useless actions. But one day, when he was in financial trouble, the organizations he had helped stepped up to help him through the crisis. What matters here is not what he received in return, but how he planted good seeds in his life. If he had been impatient and given up on helping, would he have received help when he needed it? I believe that giving is not just an act, but a way of life. When you give kindness, you create a positive cycle in your own life. But remember, don't let expectations ruin your joy. Try starting with the smallest things, a word of encouragement, a smile, or even just listening. These things not only make others happy, but also nourish your soul. When you don't expect anything, you feel lighter and enjoy life more easily. Life is a cycle. When you give good things, you plant the seeds of peace in your soul. But remember, that peace doesn't come from what you receive in return, but from the satisfaction of your actions. In the same situation, some people feel happy, while others suffer. Perhaps the answer lies in our own thoughts and minds. Appearance is born from the mind. The scene changes according to the mind. But this is not just a cliché. It is the key for you to change your life from within. Let's go deeper into this journey to see that when the mind changes, the scene also changes. Emphasizing that the mood, thoughts, and emotions inside a person will directly affect the appearance, and the world around them. Scene. Your soul is like that. Your face and temperament will reflect it. A person who is often sad and angry will gradually reveal a melancholy, unapproachable appearance. On the contrary, a person who is often happy and peaceful will have a radiant, lovable face. The outside world is not really fixed. How you feel and perceive it depends on your own mind. When you change your mood, everything around you will change. When you are happy, a rainy day can be a great time to read a book or sip coffee. But if you are in a bad mood, a rainy day can easily make you feel gloomy and lonely. There is a story about a middle-aged woman who was always grumpy and complaining about life. Her face gradually had more wrinkles than her real age, and her mood was always gloomy. One day, after attending a meditation retreat, she realized that her negative mood was ruining both her appearance and her health. From then on, she changed her lifestyle, focusing on gratitude and looking at life more positively. After only a few months, people noticed that her face was much brighter and more radiant. I believe that this is not just a random phenomenon. Science has also proven that mood affects hormones and overall health. When your mind is at peace, your body will also react in a positive way. Ever feel like you're chasing a shadow? That shadow is the expectations and desires we create for ourselves. We want attention. We want others to respect us. But do all of those things really bring us happiness, or are they just a vicious cycle that makes us more tired? When we are born, each of us has an ego, an image that we want others to see of us. From a young age, we learn to seek recognition from our parents, teachers, friends. But when we grow up, this need does not disappear, but even becomes stronger. Why do we want to be cared for by others so much? The fact is, people often confuse the attention of others with their own worth. We are afraid of being abandoned, afraid of not being recognized, and so we build a perfect image of ourselves to receive praise. But the problem is, that image is not real. Have you ever felt pushed to the edge, prayed everywhere but still received no answer? Have you ever placed all your hope in a miracle, but found out that the only thing you can do is stand up for yourself? Today, we will tell an emotional story about the journey of prayer, hope, and the valuable lesson. No one can save you but yourself. This is not just a story, but also a message for you, those who are tired of searching for strength outside. There was a man named Min. In his life, Min had encountered many difficulties: job loss, illness, and family turmoil. During the darkest night of his life, Min sought out Kwan Am Bodhisattva. He lit a candle, clasped his hands, and prayed, "Please, Kwan Am Bodhisattva, help me overcome this adversity. I don't know what to do anymore. Without you, I'm afraid I won't survive." Day after day, Min continued to pray. But no miracle happened. He began to despair, wondering, was Guan Yin really listening? One night, Min dreamed that Guan Yin appeared. "I always hear your prayers, but you must understand that no one can save you but yourself. The real power lies within yourself, not in prayers." When Min woke up, he felt like he had just gone through a shock. But from that moment, he realized that his life would not change if he did not take action. He began to improve himself step by step, learning new skills, finding another job, and rebuilding his relationship with his family. Prayer is not a magic spell to change reality, but a way for you to look back at yourself and find peace. It is like a starter system for the soul, helping you regain balance and spirit before taking action. But if you just pray without doing anything, what will change? Avalokitesvara, Bodhisattva, or any deity, is not a rescuer. They are the guiding light, but you have to walk. This is the spirit that Buddha once taught. Light your own torch and go. Life can be challenging, and we all go through times when we feel like life is pushing us aside. Financial issues, work, family relationships, friends, they can all leave us feeling stressed and anxious. But can we change any of these things? Or can we change how we perceive and respond to them? When you are struggling, you may feel like you can't go on. But this is the most important time to choose how you respond to challenges. You can't change the things on the outside, but you can change how you respond to them. I have gone through times when it felt like everything around me was falling apart. But over time, I have found that in those moments, I learned important lessons about myself and how I perceive life. Difficulties are not punishments, but opportunities for us to grow.